Hi everyone, hope you're having a great week, and hopefully you've got something good to read. If not, I can definitely help you out with that one today. We'll be talking about one of my favorite authors, starting with the book that started off my whole love affair with him. And that is You Suck! A Love Story by Christopher Moore. Which, the title alone should have you wanting to snatch it up because, it's an insult and a love story all in one. Come on! And it does have a little language. We start off with understanding the title in the first sentence. But I have been reading this book almost every year since, I don't even know when, considering I had him sign, not this copy, this is a second book because I am not letting my first one that he signed for me get, torn up with all the wear and tear over a decade ago. So that tells you something. When you can read a book for over a decade, you know it's good. Or my sense of humor might not have matured. Oh well, either way, I'm happy. And there will be some more Christopher Moore this month as he has a new book coming out the 17th that better arrive, unlike the last book that I pre-ordered. So, but like I said, I started off my love affair with Christopher Moore with this book, so you have to know about this one. And basically, it's actually the second book in a series, The Blood-Sucking Fiends. And as you might have noticed, it's about vampires. And this one is very funny. We've got this redhead Jody. She's 26 years old and, always lived in the city and was turned vampire a few months ago. And, redhead already can't go outside. Now she's a vampire. Now she really needs her little daylight minion. In come Flood, who's this little, Midwestern boy that's, never lived anywhere else. He's 19 years old, just left home, and barely made it to the city. And, he was working at Safeway, and, it's like, hey, you're on the night crew, you're free during the day. You can come be my minion, because you're the only not sleazy or, completely stoned out his mind idiotic guy on this crew. And he, of course, he's absolutely smitten from the second she walks in. And, 19-year-old boy, very easy to manipulate for experienced older girl. That's just, oh my god, girl! He loses it and will do anything for the chance of, So, at the end of the first book, they try to take out the vampire that turned Jody and had her bronzed. But, he loves her. He can't leave her just bronzed and not be able to talk to her, so he drilled ear holes in her statue, and she came out and turned him in his sleep. So now they are both vampires, and a lot of, mess ensues. One of the central problems with, this book, throughout this book, is that the end of the last book, the whole crew got a lot of money, and being just immature stoners, they went to Vegas and brought back a blue hooker. And, she thinks it's, Pretty Woman. She's gonna be the Smurf that gets taken off the streets and becomes rich trophy wife. And then finds out that, being a Smurf might be a good gimmick, but it's not gonna make you Julia Roberts. But hey, I can become immortal because your friend is a vampire. We're gonna get him to turn me. And it does not go well. It ends up lots of complications. Especially since Jody isn't the only vampire that escapes her bronze prison. And decides to get some revenge. So we've just got this, pretty much nobody knows what the heck they're doing in this book. They're all winging it. And in situations that are just, what the heck? And the other one that really, I'd say he has a clue, but he's just kind of completely off his rocker, is the Emperor. and his, loyal subjects, which are Bummer and Lazarus, his golden retriever and Boston Terrier. And, keeps trying to warn the cops, warn the Safeway folks that we've got a vampire infestation, which, it sucks. These people were my friends before they got turned. So he's kind of struggling with, do I rat them out and have them off because now they're blood-sucking fiends? Or, they were good people before they became vampires, and it wasn't necessarily their choice. But I just love all the hijinks in this book. I mean, you've got a clueless hooker, a bunch of, stoner guys whose leader is just a, typical crazed 19-year-old boy that has now become a vampire and is trying to pretend that he's this actually ancient, mysterious creature. And he's, absolutely clueless. But he's got them a little minion of his own now that, in part, he did trying to make Jody jealous. Because he went and found him a little girl minion that is just the absolute most, emo goth, 16-year-old ever. And I love it. She's very perky, but she likes to try to hide that and stick it in her journal, which I love the journal entries. I can remember those days, and it's about right. But she's, has to hide her perkiness. She doesn't really love Hello Kitty and mourn her Tamagotchi that her friend made her get rid of to, get rid of her perky ways and become true darkness. Her and Lily both, they're just all about it, and her friend, that, said, oh my god, it's the Lord Flood and his mistress, Count Jody, and then they find out that they're actually oblivious dorks that are only, been vampires for a few months and are still winging it, and crap, we need food. I used to feed off of him, and then I turned him, and now he gave a 16-year-old keys to our apartment. He might not be the brightest and might be getting into some trouble. And now his stoner friends are after him of, they're vampires, but they're our friends. And hey, what happened to Blue? Who, you can guess who she is. So there's just all over the place. And then the vampire that turned Jody and started these whole bunch of events is not pleased that, his little plaything and her toy that he was trying to off to get back at her are now running around and giving him grief that he did not expect. So, he's like, well, I'm pissed that they did this, but I haven't had this much fun in centuries. Usually they, I make a little minion and they go insane and I get to kill them. No, this one's fighting back and fighting dirty. I think he underestimated modern day women, especially gingers. We get revenge. Stick me being overweight for the rest of my life and not getting to eat fries and donuts. You gon' pay, sucker. So they just are all over all kinds of, drama and just hilarity. I love all the, little interactions, some of which I definitely cannot say on here, but there's comments about, units of measurement for the backs of cars. Like, guess what? How many you could fit in this trunk? And their measurements of Blue. So, those are, it's like, everybody hates these when they're dead, except for, well, now these punks are throwing a hole in, this theory by being all excited about her. So, there's a little language. There is some absolute fun. I love, normally funeral scenes are sad. This one is just so what the heck is actually freaking hilarious. Because he is that good. He can make a funeral scene funny. So, and you're in luck. Instead of having to wait a few years between books like I've become accustomed to, you can jump right from this to some of my other favorites, A Dirty Job and Secondhand Souls, featuring my favorite, character of all time, Sophie. And yeah, if you don't like them, you better be careful or you might get kittied. And if you don't understand that reference, well, now you have to go read A Dirty Job to figure out what it means to get kittied. And I bet I got you curious now. So go enjoy those. Have a good, immature, fun laugh. And I will see you in the next time. Bye. Happy reading.